Ms. Cheng is not here. Mr. Zaqy Mohamad.
Deputy Speaker, I've got Cheng Liu here. Do you want to proceed with her first? Okay. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I would like to touch on 2 points that the President raised and addressed. Developing a vibrant economy while preparing our workers for it, as well as building an inclusive Singapore which leaves no one behind. We are structuring our economy in a world of rapid change. Shorter technological cycles, automation, digitization. These trends are causing disruptions, but also creating opportunities. At the same time, we are also facing greater competition due to globalization, as other economies around the world also restructure and adapt to changes. Having just joined the government from the industry, I see businesses all over the world coping to adapt to the changing global landscape as trade flows, automation, and other factors such as Brexit come into play. Companies are transforming to provide differentiated products and services, and also to be more productive as they come under cost pressures. So they are constantly evaluating options. While Singapore has done well economically to attract businesses here and created an environment where our local companies can also thrive in this international hub, our next phase of development has to go beyond just creating a vibrant and attractive business environment. As we help companies transform, we cannot just look at automation or process transformation without helping our workers stay relevant and agile to cope with the changes. We must ensure that as companies change, the quality of jobs get better. Change should not just be about lowering costs, which would run counter to our productivity and quality goals. As companies make big decisions in restructuring, we cannot let Singaporean workers suffer the fallout. Therefore, our national agenda must be to help companies transform and create better quality jobs for our workers so that they can compete internationally. Singapore needs to provide the best business environment and secure the best talent. If our companies do well to transform and grow, our workers will be able to take up quality jobs and earn better salaries. However, this is easier said than done, because it also means getting our policies right and helping every worker develop an agile mindset. So I agree with members Ng Chee Meng and Patrick Tay in their speeches that we must help our workers improve their skills and productivity. So I was most recently working in EY or Ernst & Young, a professional services firm. While EY has a wide range of capabilities to serve its clients, it is best known for its audit services, and a large part of its workforce provides audit services to clients. Most of such work is statutory, as companies need to comply to audit regulations. However, its clients are also under cost pressures to reduce compliance costs. As more and more financial systems today are run by software, analytics have in recent years been introduced to make audits more efficient and effective. However, even more recently, many audit firms have been exploring the use of artificial intelligence that can crawl through data a lot more quickly and perform basic audit functions, which auditors spend many hours doing traditionally. The accounting profession, one of the oldest professions around, finds itself evolving. Even highly trained professionals are not spared from disruption, and they too need to evolve and develop deeper domain skills, be proficient in data analytics, and adapt to higher order skill sets in order to be relevant to boards and other clients. Otherwise, AI could make many auditors redundant if the profession does not evolve. So no matter which sector or occupation we are in, we cannot afford to insulate ourselves from change. Change will happen. We will have to adapt to change and disruption and position ourselves to benefit from opportunities that it brings. The changes that we see around us are not just transforming the content of jobs, but also the employment norms and working arrangements. In many developed countries, companies are turning to contingent workers and retaining only a small core of permanent staff so that the workforce can ramp up or ramp down quickly with business cycles. In these countries, the notion of traditional permanent employment is fracturing, that long-term employer-employee relationships are becoming less common, and workers face more uncertainty as a result. In Singapore, we have not seen this happening in a big way. The share of contingent workers has remained quite stable over time. This is because we have taken care to keep our labour market policies tight and flexible so that permanent employment remains available to those who seek it. Even so, in Singapore, we are seeing gradual shifts away from the idea of lifetime employment. Workers are more likely than before to work for multiple employers in a lifetime and experience more frequent and fluid career transitions. While some workers do so voluntarily in search of better opportunities, others are forced to do so due to displacement from technological advancements, economic restructuring, or business cycles. And I've met many residents going through such changes, so I know that this is not a simple challenge. It is easy to be overwhelmed by the pace of change, and that is why even as we take personal responsibility in charting our careers and adapting to change, the government also has a role to play in helping workers manage uncertainty and to build confidence. Confidence to adapt to the changing environment, and confidence that government schemes and policies will support them through uncertain times. To do so, we must make our economy vibrant, keep our labour market responsive, and ensure that our support systems are inclusive. A key pillar for our economy are the industry transformation maps, which lay out industry-wide economic restructuring plans and identify growth opportunities. For example, in the built environment sector, the BCA has formulated a master plan for the development of integrated construction and prefabrication hubs, or ICPH. These are high-density manufacturing facilities that are land efficient, highly automated, and manpower lean, and they support the design for manufacturing assembly, or DFMA, by producing prefab construction elements that help replace labor-intensive construction methods. By driving the adoption of prefab and automating the production process, these hubs significantly improve the productivity of the construction industry. Another practice that BCA does is to publish the pipeline of projects requiring DFMA technologies so that firms can plan their resources accordingly. This is important as the ITMs cannot just be plans on paper that are disconnected from the needs of companies on the ground. We have to make the ITMs relevant for both companies and individuals, as Member Zainal Sapari had spoken earlier. Companies can then better understand industry developments and plan ahead for future opportunities, while workers know what skills to pick up. And I also agree with Member Hing Chi Hao that this would be especially useful for older workers. Apart from making the ITMs relevant, we should also speed up the pace of adoptions of ITMs so that industry transformation will not lag global industry developments. Industry transformation applies not just to the big players in the industry, but also to our SMEs, which can tap on the Lean Enterprise Development Scheme to invest in productivity. We want all our companies to transform and grow amid the restructuring economy and to remain agile to opportunities, including opportunities overseas. Agile companies need an agile workforce. This is something that I've seen in the private sector. Many companies are based in Singapore because of our highly skilled and adaptable workforce. We must maintain that as a competitive advantage. As the economy transforms, we must keep our workforce relevant, responsive, and flexible. So our professional conversion programs, or PCP, support this by helping workers to upskill and to move across sectors, or take on new job roles within the same sector. Take, for example, Mr. Sean Koh, who works as a senior engineer in Sembcorp Marine. Sean does engineering design in the engineering and instrumentation department. He was previously working more on oil-related offshore projects. But when Sembcorp saw an opportunity to further penetrate the liquefied natural gas, or LNG, markets, Sean was selected to go through the PCP for marine engineers, which was offered by Workforce Singapore. This gave him the technical skills to now take on gas-related projects as well, and these new skills are taken into consideration when it comes to his promotion and career progression. So the PCPs exemplify how companies can tap on government to support to prepare the workforce for new opportunities, while also allowing workers like Sean to stay relevant and pick up new skills. The PCPs are part of the Adapt and Grow initiative, which supports agility and adaptability. And this is especially important for mid-career and mature workers, some of whom face greater difficulty finding jobs after being displaced, as shared by some members in this House earlier. So ANG schemes like the PCP and the Career Support Program help to address mismatches in skills and wage expectations, thus boosting labour market mobility and agility. The ANG programs have been ramped up over the past few years, and I believe such interventions are crucial in this phase of transformation. And even as we've been doing much on this front, we can continue to do better to help workers adapt to the changing environment to transit into new and good careers. At the same time, for our workforce to be agile, we must continue to be open to foreign manpower that complement our local workforce. Our foreign workforce policy is guided by three objectives. First, to calibrate foreign manpower growth to spur restructuring and productivity-led growth. Second, to enhance the quality of the foreign workforce so that we can do more with less. Third, to provide flexibilities for emerging business needs. So as member Ms. Foo Mi Ha has pointed out yesterday, we need to enable businesses to meet their manpower needs. And I agree with this, especially in growth areas where our companies face a shortage of skilled local workers. While most foreign specialists with skills in demand should be able to meet our prevailing work pass criteria, MOM is working with the economic agencies to provide selective flexibility for those who may be unable to qualify for work passes. In addition, we can tap on these foreign specialists to develop our local capabilities. The Capability Transfer Program announced earlier this year helps to facilitate the transfer of capabilities from foreign specialists to local workers so that our workforce can be equipped with leading-edge competencies. So the President also spoke about inclusion and how we have seen income inequality widen the social divide in other countries. In this fast-changing environment, the fruits of growth are sometimes unevenly distributed. I share similar concerns with many Singaporeans over income inequality, in particular for our low-wage workers. Over the past 5 years, real income of full-time employed Singaporeans grew faster than the 20th percentile than the median. However, we must continue our efforts to uplift our low-wage workers, to bridge any divide and help them support their families better. In order to improve wages in a sustainable manner, we must work to improve the productivity of our workers and companies. So Workfare helps low-income workers build up their retirement savings and supplements their income. More importantly, it provides them opportunities to upskill and become more employable. The progressive wage model of PWM enables lower wage workers in the cleaning, security and landscaping sectors to earn higher wages in a sustainable way. So lower wage workers in these sectors have a clear progression pathway which sets out how they can enjoy wage increases as they upgrade their skills, take on new responsibilities and improve their productivity. For example, Madam Farah Akil started off as a cleaner with NAFA System Services Private Limited about 10 years ago. At that time, she earned about $750 a month. Over the years, she accepted the need to upskill herself, operate new machinery, take on supervisory responsibilities, and as her skills upgraded and productivity improved, she moved up the PWM wage and job ladder. And today, she's a cleaning supervisor and earns a salary that is more than double of what she used to earn. So the PWM, which was initiated by the labour movement and supported by tripartite partners, has benefited more than 70,000 resident workers in the cleaning, security and landscape sectors. As we review extending PWM to other sectors, we will continue to need the strong partnership of the unions and employers, and I'm glad that Member Ng Ching Meng earlier shared the same view, so I hope that the unions and employers will continue making a tangible difference for our workers. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I'll continue my speech in Malay, please. Perubahan dan gangguan atau disruption bukan satu perkara baru dalam dunia yang berubah pesat ini. Sejak dulu lagi, perubahan yang kita hadapi, baik dalam pendidikan, kerjaya maupun perniagaan, merupakan perkara lumrah. Cuma sejak beberapa tahun kebelakangan ini, skalanya adalah lebih besar dan cepat, melibatkan keseluruhan sektor dan menjejas setiap golongan warga. Dari segi dunia perniagaan, kita sebelum ini dapat menyaksikan bagaimana trend penerbangan kos rendah ataupun budget airlines berleluasa dan menjejas perniagaan syarikat penerbangan utama. Namun manfaat positifnya daripada angin perubahan tersebut antara lain telah membolehkan lebih ramai menikmati pengangkutan udara, di samping membuka lebih banyak peluang kerjaya kepada juruterbang, kru kabin dan juga jurutera serta technician. Ia juga merancakkan sektor pelancongan. Tentu ramai masih ingat lagi pada tahun 80-an akan pengenalan perkhidmatan bas One Man Operation atau OMO, bas yang dikendalikan seorang operator sahaja, iaitu pemandu bas tanpa memerlukan konduktor untuk memungut tambang. Apabila sistem ini dikenakan, banyak usaha pendidikan dilakukan untuk membiasakan orang ramai dengan operasi baru tersebut yang lebih produktif dan mengurangkan sumber tenaga kerja. Dalam kerjaya pula, karyawan seperti doktor, jurutera, arkitek perlu sentiasa mempertingkatkan lagi pengetahuan mereka dengan ilmu terkini dalam bidang masing-masing untuk kekal relevan. Golongan pekerja di peringkat lain juga seperti technician dan pengirim barangan pun perlu melengkapkan diri dengan kemahiran teknologi. kini memiliki ijazah sahaja tidak mencukupi tanpa kemahiran, pengalaman dan pengetahuan yang sentiasa perlu dikemaskini. Bahkan terdapat semakin banyak lagi peluang bagi golongan tanpa ijazah untuk maju bersandarkan kebolehan dan kepengalaman masing-masing. Cara kita adalah untuk memastikan setiap lapisan masyarakat kita mendapat pendidikan yang baik. Bagi mereka yang ketinggalan, kita harus memberi mereka harapan dan panduan untuk memperbaiki lagi diri mereka. Pentingnya, ilmu pengetahuan dan pendidikan tidak boleh diketepikan. Sesama seorang itu ingin menjadi usahawan atau bekerja, pendidikan ada permulaan yang asas bagi bekal masa depan kita. Kebetulan semalam, Menteri Masagos Zulkifli telah mengumumkan pelantikan saya sebagai Timbalan Pengerusi Yayasan Mendaki. Saya berterima kasih kerana diberi amanah ini. Saya yakin badan-badan bantu seperti Mendaki boleh membantu di peringkat keperluan pendidikan dan peningkatan diri, terutama sekali golongan yang memerlukan, agar kita dapat merapatkan jurang antara yang berjaya dan yang kurang berjaya. Tanpa golongan pekerja yang berpendidikan dan berkemahiran, usahawan dan syarikat juga sukar untuk berfungsi dengan berkesan dalam meningkatkan daya saingan mereka. Melangkah ke hadapan, saya dan rakan-rakan ahli Parlimen Melayu saya akan menyemak dan meneliti usaha dan strategi menyeluruh yang dapat memanfaatkan lebih ramai anggota masyarakat kita, baik dari segi pendidikan maupun peningkatan kemahiran. Kami juga akan melihat cara-cara terbaik yang dapat membantu golongan usahawan meningkatkan potensi mereka. Usaha bercorak inklusif dan bersepadu ini memerlukan kerjasama dari semua pihak dan saya berharap pendekatan sedemikian dapat menambah rangsangan daripada golongan yang lebih memerlukan untuk memajukan diri mereka. Yang penting, kita perlu membuka laluan dan harapan kepada semua. Mr. Speaker, the 4G leadership must evolve and strengthen our social compact with Singaporeans. It must be our moral responsibility to build a Singaporean core in our workforce. It must also be our moral responsibility to create better quality jobs that our workers can access and earn better incomes. Our operating environment is uncertain and evolving. It poses challenges but also opportunities. And the only way for us to tap on these opportunities is to position ourselves to adapt to the changing environment and to move forward together inclusively. I'm excited to be part of this team and will try to contribute the best that I can. There is no greater privilege than to serve the nation. I will continue to do my utmost for our country and serve the needs and aspirations of Singaporeans. Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, sir. I support the motion.